Miss Andrews, are you okay?
Definitely not. I'm actress Valerie Allen, and I play Amy Andrews in the new film, The Empty Space.
It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
A violent attack leaves her without her boyfriend, her home, her sense of self. Amy, like so many of us, suffers from mental illness. As she tries to get her life back together, she's haunted by terrifying visions that may or may not be real. Empty Space goes beyond the slasher and takes you deep into the void. We hope you join us as our film premieres on streaming. We also hope that not only are you frightened, but you gain some insight into a serious problem that affects so many people, including the filmmakers.
I know how it sounds. What if it's real?
The Empty Space, a terrifying new vision from director Andrew Hara.
Last month, or whenever the deep dive was, I'm pretty sure it was last month, we talked about Paul Verhoeven and we went over a lot of his films. But there was one film that we forgot to talk about. Well, we didn't forget, just teased it. And now it's that day. Robocop. 1983's Robocop is a perfect film. Let's just get that right out of the way.
I'll buy that for $1.
It's amazing. It was a huge hit. It got really good reviews. And on top of that, it's probably one of the best, most emotional satires of the last century. From the story to the special effects that still hold up today, to the emotions that Peter Weller, the actor playing Robocop, is able to convey despite half his face missing,
Who are you? Who are you?
is mesmerizing and way better than any movie deserves, especially one called Robocop. Robocop tells the story of Alex Murphy, played by Weller, a police officer that is coming to the mean streets of Detroit to save the day.
Yeah, well, my son Jimmy watches this cop show, DJ Laser, and this laser guy does this every time he takes down a bad guy, so naturally my kid thinks every good cop should be.
And you don't want to disappoint?
Yeah, well, role models can be very important to a boy.
He is immediately gunned down and turned into a robot, who has to relearn how to be a man. I know what you're thinking. I've heard that a million times. But there's so much more to Robocop. Because you see, one does not just become a robot cop in a vacuum. There are a lot of moving parts in this world, and, well, let's take a look. The world of Detroit feels very familiar. We start off with, you guessed it, the news break. The stories show the world reeking of war as nuclear weapons are made, and then we are shown a commercial about a new heart program. At a cost, of course.
Qualifies for health tax credit. And remember, we care.
We're then thrust back into the violence as 3 officers are killed. The police are blaming OCP, the corporation about to privatize the police. I know that nowadays, news breaks as exposition is seen as lazy, and they can be. But so much information is thrown at us during this first 2 minutes. We learn that the world's violence is escalating, that our medical system is still relying on payments despite pleas about humanity, and we learn that the police is not equipped to handle anything because of a corporate takeover. There's that capitalism again. So not only are we finding out crucial information, but even the commercials inform us. This world can replace body parts, even ones as important as the heart, with a robotic one, and that's seen as the norm. This is exactly how you should use newsbreak expositions. We're then given a hard cut to the actual police station from the news segment. It's not the series of sound bites they want us to believe. In reality, it's a giant mess, with too many criminals, too few cops, and not enough cares. There's immediate talks of strike as OCP continues to cut people from the shifts and reduce their resources.
We're police officers, and police officers don't strike.
The argument being that the police are too important to the city to strike, as they are good cops trying to stop the crime. This is a fantasy movie, by the way. This is a world completely taken over by capitalism, and it's rotting from the inside. Well, not that big of a fantasy movie. Worse, the only people trying to solve the problem are more capitalists. Peter Weller is perfect in this role. He's able to convey so much emotion despite not seeing the upper half of his face for most of the film. Using music, framing, and editing, they're able to make you feel for the machine. Our Verhoeven reinforces the themes in every aspect of the film.
Robocop. Who is he? What is he? Where does he come from?
Even the name of the film is a clever play on themes. Robocop is not just the best name ever, but it's the name of the Robocop. It's a trademark to sell a product, with the only side effect being they took away Murphy's entire humanity. An idea that even Murphy recognizes, and he ends the film with this exchange.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy.
You see, Verhoeven is saying that everything they did to him, everything they could do to take away his identity, didn't strip away his humanity. Peter Weller is also perfect in the role. He's able to convey so much emotion despite not seeing the upper half of his face for most of the film. I mean, he also gets help from the music, the framing, and the editing.
Wow. Can you do that, Dad?
But it's just amazing the way that you end up feeling for this character despite him being a robot. This movie satirizes the way corporations treat us as disposable, to show us that greed is really the ultimate enemy.
Hey, have you thought it all over? Why not make me an offer?
A running theme, if you've been paying attention. It also manages to end with a very human point, but they can't stop the human spirit any more than Ed 209 could. And it's even better when you also have a mutant getting run over. Mutants are the bad guys in this one. I think the last part is probably why he isn't taken as seriously as he should be. The thing about Paul Verhoeven that makes him both great and also makes him overlooked is the fact that he's loud. He doesn't make quiet films, but that doesn't mean he makes dumb films. Look at Parasite, which won every Oscar ever made. Both Parasite and Robocop are a send-up of capitalism and the way the system abuses us and throws us out like trash. But only one has this scene. Both 1900 and Starship Troopers are about the dangers of fascism, but only one has this.
Hey, well, I got something that might hurt just a little bit more, buddy.
So you can see why critics take one at its word and misinterpret the other. And that's not to say either of those films are wrong. I love Parasite. But Verhoeven tries to entertain his audiences. That doesn't mean he's going to dumb things down for them. And the point of all this is that there's many ways to deal with serious subjects. Verhoeven shows that you can make a movie that both entertains and questions the status quo. And the biggest talent he has is that he lets you watch the film from so many different angles. You can watch Robocop just for the action masterpiece it is. But when you start to think about it, you find an artist who's constantly questioning and critiquing our society. And to me, that's the best kind of artist. So I say we should be saluting Verhoeven the same way we do to Ford or Spielberg or Kubrick, because he truly is one of the best directors. And you know, I think this sums it up perfectly.
I'll buy that for $1.
Thank you for joining us on the deep dive. If you can, please give us a like and subscribe, and check out some more of our deep dives or our Bomb Squad podcast, where we appreciate the underappreciated. Thank you for sticking with me. Sorry that took so long. Hopefully the next deep dives won't take quite as long, especially when they're two-parters. To reward you, here's a funny story about filming Robocop that was told by the actors about a little bit of a language barrier.
Paul is Dutch, and Joost Vacano, the cinematographer, is German. And
I don't believe that Paul knew during that evening that bitches was a pejorative term for females.
we were getting ready to do the scene, and so we were kind of blocking it out, and Paul says, yeah, Cartwright says, bitches leave, then the bitches leave, and bitches, then you leave when he says that. And then he says, no, wait, bitches, don't leave, wait. Jost, what do you think? Should bitches leave when he says bitches leave, or should they wait for him to make a motion? Jost goes, the bitches should leave. Yeah, bitches. Bitches, you leave. Miguel and I are just sitting there cracking up. And the bitches, they didn't seem to have a problem with it at all. You know, they were like, okay, fine, sure.
Very good. Thank you, bitches. Very good. That's a wrap on the bitches. Thank you very much, bitches.
How you doing? Bitches leave.
Gee, Poppy. Bye.
Oh, I forgot. I also made movies, so you can find out if I'm full of shit or if I know what I'm talking about. Check them out. The last ones, Borderland, and the brand new Empty Space, which you saw a preview to, are all available on Amazon, Tubi, Vudu, a bunch of them. So go check them out. I really would appreciate it. Let me know if you do watch them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next deep dive.
Why me?
I really love that guy.
Hey, this is garbage!
Once I even called him
Airhead.
Ladies leave.
A client's a crumb bag. Ah, damn it! You're a crumb bag.
It's as good as marked, you dipstick.
All right, cut the horseplay!
You bloodsucker.
Oh, damn you!
Your company built the freaky thing.
You're out of your freaking mind.
I don't have time for this baloney.
You are gonna be a bad mother crusher.